What's going on, guys? This is Frank, and this is the Soviet Society podcast. Today is January 15th. This is episode 13, and we have our special guests, the Cigar Clowns. First things first, how we always start off, we're going to introduce the podcast, and then we'll go to our special guests. So we have DC Sips and Sticks. We have my buddy Ugo Smokes. Well, they're all my buddies, right? Ugo Smokes. Mm-hmm. We got Cigar Scope Randall. Myself, I'm Frank. Then we have Ray, and we have Joe from Cigar Clowns. Welcome, guys.
What's going on?
What's up, gentlemen?
Welcome, Thank you for having us.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the opportunity to hang out with you boys.
No, I appreciate the opportunity for us to interview you. You know, we've been talking about this for a while, and I'm glad we finally got it going.
I think Frank, not to cut you off, but I think me and Frank have been dating for the past couple of months as much as we've talked back and forth on
I have to do that. My wife's a little jealous now. So I guess we'll start off with a couple of questions, and then we're going to go ahead and take some questions from the live. So first things first, Cigar Clowns. I mean, that name itself is very interesting. I truly do enjoy all the clown culture and stuff like that. How did that come about? Like, what made y'all decide to name your cigar company Cigar Clowns?
I mean, it's a fun story, and Joe's sitting there taking his time lighting a cigar because he wants me to tell the story because I'm the the storyteller when it comes to our whole origin story. But a brief synopsis of our kind of our humble beginnings goes back, going back to early 2000s, 2003, 2002. So there was three original members of the Cigar Clowns. Our partner Nikki, who myself and Joe both grew up with in the neighborhood in Brooklyn, because all three of us are from Brooklyn, and we used to hang out with Nikki in his backyard. And when he had moved to Staten Island at the time, he had got married and stuff like that. And Joe and Nick beat me to the altar. It took a little bit more time for me to kind of get my beginnings in that aspect of my life. But we used to hang out on Friday nights. It was our thing that we used to smoke, and I had gotten into cigars, premium cigars and stuff through Nikki and Joe. I was the guy who started off, speaking for myself, I started off with acid. My journey was acid, and then I kind of made my way into the undergrounds and stuff like that. So when I kind of started getting full scale into it, myself and Joe would go out to Nikki's house on Staten Island. We would hang out in his backyard, and he'd give you a call up, before the texting days was a thing, or BBM was a thing, and be like, hey, what do you put in your mouth on a Friday night? And I'm like, oh, cigars. It's a little running joke thing. So we used to go hang out with him and shoot the shit and we'd smoke cigars. And the one thing, if you kind of know us in our inner circle, and people who kind of know us as we go along, and you guys say, myself and Joe are probably two of the biggest ball-breaking human beings on the face of the earth. There's no conversation that goes by where we kind of just go back and forth with one another. We used to kind of, tease Nick and break Nick's balls. We would tag team and just kind of go at him and stuff like that. So one night, Nick was being an incomparable pain in the ass, like he always was. And I'm a big movie quote guy. It's my thing. I like movies and shit. I'm a big mob historian. Not that I condone anything that they do, but I was always into the mob movies and stuff like that. So I was always quoting movies. And one night, like I said, Nikki was breaking balls. And I always say it. I don't remember what he said to this day, but I'm like, oh, what am I? Oh, was this a PG show, or we're allowed to kind of we keep it a PG?
Ahead, man. Nope.
All right. So I was like, I quoted Goodfellas. I was like, what am I, a fucking clown? What am I hitting with music? He goes, that's what we should call a cigar group, or a bunch of cigar clowns, a bunch of clowns, cigar clowns. Well, the name kind of stuck, way before we even considered becoming a freaking full scale, into the industry. You're going back 20 years. So it was like a little hangout group that we did between, amongst friends. And fast forward to 2018, we had accumulated a bunch of guys, our partner Danny, because there's three of us now remaining. We were originally 6 when we started partners, and now we're down to 3. It's myself, Joe, and my partner Danny, who's handling stuff in the back office like he always does. He's a little camera shy. So me and Joe usually do, these things. We're the well-known faces for the brand. And we got my buddy Murph, who I work with in my everyday job. And Nikki brought his buddy and Bart, who he works with, were the original 6 that we had. And, by 2018, we made us. We was like, oh, let's make a cigar for some, friends and family. Let's do a little like cool little thing, whatever. Let's get some cigars made, local cigars made. There's a local place. What's the name of it? Was it Alvarez, Joe? In Perth Amboy? Alvarez. He does Dominican cigars, hand roll stuff, does stuff. But it's like, let's make a cigar. We'll throw a little band on it, and hang out to our friends for the holidays and stuff. So it's cool. It's a cool little adventure. And then again, fast forward a little bit more into coming into the pandemic. At this time, we were kind of full scale with the 6 partners, and during the pandemic, we would go frequent lounges. Me and Joe lived in lounges for years. All we did was live in lounges. We would go to Drew State Barn Smokers. We would go to Cigar Fest every year. We would do the 3 days and do Cigar Fest in Pennsylvania. And, push comes to shove, we're sitting there during the pandemic, and we were all still working. We were all working during the pandemic. And we used to get on Zooms and Google Duo when Google Duo first came out, which is now Google Meet, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only Android user, and I get a lot of shit for it. So because I'm the non.
I'm right here with
guy.
you, man.
Yeah. So that's my guy. So I'm the pain in the ass. So we had to do Google Meet, and we would during the pandemic we would do this every night. I'm not even joking you, 7 days a week. We would all be working. We'd come home. There was no sports. We were on lockdown. Kind of take a break from the reality of the shit show that was going on in this country for a couple of years. And throughout the years, we made a lot of friends in the industry. But going to these events and knew a lot of people, a lot of reps, a lot of brand owners and stuff like that. So we made a couple of calls, like, let's do the cigar again. We did it in 2018. Like, let's see if we can, talk to some people. There's nothing else going on. Let's see if we can do something. Why the hell not? Even if we do the same thing we did the last time, we gave it out to our friends and family. So through a couple of contacts and a couple of calls and text messages and DMs and stuff like that, we found a factory. One of our friends translated for us in the industry. They had an allotment of cigars there. Now, they were sitting in the factory. There was a run of 500 of them. It could have been testers for a brand. It could have been, samples for the factory of things that they were just kind of toying around with. So we said, all right, well, let's send it up to us. Let's see if we like them and whatnot. So we got the testers. We smoked them. We really liked them a lot. They were good. They were sitting there for, Joe, how long were they sitting there? About 18 months?
Yeah, a long time.
About 18 months, I think, or so, 19 months. So we said, we'll buy them. We're not going to sell them to anybody because, we don't have a license or anything to sell to anyone. So let's, we'll make, Joe has this little printed thing at his office. We'll make little bands and we'll hand them out to our friends and family, kind of like we did in the past. So everybody's like, oh, this car's great. You guys made cigars again? Like, oh, this is really good. He goes, are you guys going to, make another one and this and that? So we got one of our perfs and that we did every night, like I was telling you guys. And we sat down and we're like, that was really successful, man. The cigar was really good. I mean, do we really want to do this? Like, do we want to go full scale into, making cigars and kind of like, go through the inside? Because, we kind of made we kind of, as a collective, we said if we were going to do this, we were going to go in full scale. We weren't going to just, dip our toe in the water. If we're going to go into it, we're going into it. We're getting licensed. We're doing the whole nine. We're going to do everything by the book, and we're going to go full scale. So make a small scale investment on all of our ends and see where it goes. What the hell else we got to do? We're up. We all love cigars. We're all cigar smokers. We go to do these events. We love the leaf. So push comes to shove, like I said earlier, we did another run. We got a little bit more of the volume that we had found because we were kind of doing the what do we say, Joe? It was kind of like the bootlegging thing, like bootleg, kind of like the prohibition style, kind of underground, like Drew State, like Jonathan Drew selling them out of the back of a trunk.
Yeah, man, deal. That's our humble beginnings. That's it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
We did all licensing and got everything kind of corrected, so we didn't have any issues with anybody. And then 37 cigar releases later, now with 4 core lines and still doing limited production for going into year 5. That's kind of where we've ascended to from humble beginnings up until where we're at currently now talking to you guys.
Awesome. That's a
awesome,
very good story, man. Real quick, I forgot to mention this. We are all smoking the King of Clowns. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Rodeo Clown for me.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo. I'm smoking a Rodeo Clown. Sorry.
Sorry,
gentlemen.
I think we're allowed to smoke what we want, but
it got lost.
Yeah.
Your people didn't call my people, and I got the wrong cigar. Sorry, man.
No, it's fine.
Nah.
And just so everyone knows, the cigar, or this is the Clown King, correct?
King of Clowns.
King of
King of
Clowns.
Clowns.
King of Clowns, excuse me, King of Clowns. This one, the rapper is Mexican San Andreas. My little binder is Dominican, and the filler. Do you guys want to tell us what that is?
No.
That's on.
You
That's
almost got
there-
it, DC.
on there-
You almost got it.
On the website,
No.
I tried. The website clearly says
Undisclosed.
secret clown shit, which I like.
That's,
Yes.
that's it.
Yes.
That's
I
a
like
secret. Secret.
Joe will kind of get into the ins and outs of like why we do what we do in that aspect. He's better at telling that stuff.
Hey, well, real quick before we move forward, we saw this. I saw this come up earlier. Everyone is asking where the hell is Matt. Matt
Where's
is
Matt?
the fifth member of our group, Mr. Sober Cigars. He unfortunately has been sick. He's getting better, but he definitely didn't want to smoke the cigar and then not enjoy it. So
Of course.
he's taking a break today, but he'll be with us hopefully next week as long as everything goes good. But I'm sure he's on here watching, but he's sending his love to everyone here.
Just to let everybody know, I offered to delay this podcast till Matt got better, but these guys didn't want to. Just so it's on record. We tried. Matt, we tried.
Yeah, you're right. We forced you.
Yeah.
It's off
We want to
Frank.
go on the record.
Frank's
We'll delete this
impatient
one
one.
after. We're not live.
All right. So, was there like a certain cigar that kind of got you to love this industry? Like, I know you say you started off with acids. Most of us did acids, Black and Miles. I mean, they're not really cigars, right? Now I know that now. But was there a particular cigar for for both of you that just really sparked that love?
My love is, it's from my uncle, and always being around him smoking cigars with his boys, and me and my cousins, we just wanted to do that. So that's where I smoked my first cigar with my uncle. So that's where my love is, man. That's what got me into cigar smoking.
Yeah, Joe's been smoking cigars since he's 9.
Pretty much, not 9, but a young
We can hear
man.
it, Joe. We can hear it.
Yeah, a young man.
Rasping.
Yeah, a young man. But
for me, it was my grandfather on my mother's side. I was always kind of enamored by it as a kid. I always loved the smell of it. I always loved to be around it. My grandfather would be the one. He lived out on Long Island in Limbrook, if people are familiar with Long Island. And even especially in the summertime, after every meal, you'd go out on the deck. He would smoke either as Ashton, Connecticut Ashton, or he would smoke a Cuban because he had a connection to get Cubans. And he would drink his Grand Marnier. And he would have a cigar with a little bit of fruit, whether it was a tangerine or a pear or an apple. And that was his thing. He did every time that I was there, he was out there. So as I got older, and I was always an athlete, so I never did any like smoking and stuff like that. I played football all the way up through until the early college days. So I was never really I was always interested in it, but I never wanted to try it. So I think in my early 20s, I approached him like, "Hey, Grandpa, I'm like, I wanna smoke a cigar with you today." He's like, "Yeah, really." He goes, "You're gonna turn green. You don't know what you're doing. I gotta show you what you do." So he did the whole thing. He cut it, he lighted. He toasted it for me. He goes, "Don't inhale. That's the number one rule. Don't inhale your cigars." I'm like, "All right, Josephus, what's up?"
what's up, Joe?
So smoked it. I went through it, didn't get green, didn't throw up. And the first cigar that I ever smoked in my life, funny enough, was a Monte Cristo No. 2 Cuban. Was the first cigar I ever smoked.
Oh, so you started off with the Holy Grail.
Yeah, I started off with the creme de la creme. I mean, if you asked me today, yeah, and I was, again, I was like, if this is going to be a special moment, this is the cigar that you got to smoke with me. I'm like, listen, I don't know shit from Shinola at this point. You whatever you're going to give me, I'm going to smoke. I don't know anything. So that's kind of where my journey started.
Little yard guard.
Years ago.
Little yard guard Cuban.
Yeah,
but I will say I'm still a long time Drew Estate fucking fan, and I was on the hunt of all those rare sticks for years and years and years. So that kind of really kept me into the cigar industry and into the world. And as Ray touched on before, we were always in lounges, and my favorite thing to do was hunt cigars. Like I would go into a humidor, lay down on the floor, move fucking boxes. Like they hide boxes underneath the shelves. I used to find them all, man. So that was my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, the first premium cigar I ever smoked was, like I was saying earlier, was an Underground by Drew Estate. Once I smoked that premium cigar, I never looked at an Asylum 13, a Don Diego, a Consigliere, a Baccarat, an Acid ever again. I never touched it after that. That was it for me. I was hooked.
Yeah, he didn't even smoke my fucking 4th of July cigar, man. I have a party every
And
year
apple
at my
pie
house.
moonshine.
I got some apple pie moonshine cigars made by what's his name? Fucking Jeffrey
Amendola.
You guys know Jeffrey Amendola, another boutique cigar guy.
No,
And he made me special cigars for my 4th of July party. I had a big 4th of July party. So I made, a couple hundred cigars. He wouldn't even smoke one, man. These things were unbelievable. Apple pie moonshine. Listen,
Hold on, time
listen.
out. I gotta call 20-second time out.
No,
I gotta call
they hit
20-second time out.
for everybody. No, they hit for everybody.
No.
Non-smokers, smokers, they were perfect. It was a good party.
Listen to me. Let me first of all, let's forget about the cigar thing. Joe's 4th of July fireworks. Have you seen the Macy's fireworks display in New York every year? Yeah, his rivals that. So don't let him kid you. Like I'm talking about hundreds of friggin' this and that and shooting he's got the custom made cannon things that shoot it's like forget about it. It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun.
The one with the turn key and the push button. And all that
yeah, man. He's got everything.
Much.
He's got the headphones. He's got the microphone. He's got the walkie-talkie talking to us. But all right, we're gonna launch the cake down. Things off. It's
pretty much.
Insane.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. NYPD parks right in front of my house. That's it. They love me. They love me.
All right, so
sorry, I want to ask about the cigar that they're smoking. You guys want to tell us a little bit about it for the people that are in there?
Yeah, man. This so we're smoking the Rodeo Clown. This cigar is a pure passion play. Took over a year for us to blend. It's an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. We put a double binder on it, and it has all Nicaraguan fillers in it. This cigar started as a different Vitola. Had the same tobacco. What we had a little problem with one of our distributors, so we had to go to another blender with our concept and our percentages, and they took it to the next level, man. And a Texas guy. I'm sure you guys know Tony Barrios. He helped us finalize this blend.
Cigars.
Yeah, Stallone cigars.
He master blended this blend for us.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Yeah, man. So this is this took over a year to make. So this is pure passion right here, this cigar.
And what you guys are smoking as far as the King of Clowns, which is another, cigar in our core line series. That's a special cigar to us. That's kind of like our homage shout to, like the mother country. It's kind of our, like our elegant cigar in our line. But, we've been known for gritty, strong, powerhouse cigars. We've only done one Connecticut in our catalog. So we kind of, you look at it and it looks intimidating, like, wow, this thing looks, it's going to be strong. It's got great transitions to it. It's mellow. It's got a little bit of spice to it. It's kind of like that's why we did the elegant band on it. It's kind of our elegant take on like the let's call it the white collar series of the cigar clowns. If you want to kind of put a name on it for us, like everything else that we kind of do is blue collar. This is more of like our white star line type of thing. If that makes sense. I mean, if Joe wants to add to that, he can. But I mean, I think I knocked that out of the park. How I described it.
Sure, guy. You did a great job, Ray.
Sure
2
did.
gold stickers for you, pal.
Let's
go.
2 thumbs up.
That's it. My man.
So how would y'all describe your brand's identity, like in the cigar industry? Like what?
Yeah, man, we are fun. We're approachable. We're different. We're not. Our identity is, we're real. We're a bunch of clowns, man. We want to hang out. We want to smoke with you. That's it. We're putting out cigars that we want to smoke, that you want to smoke. One of our taglines used to be like, trust our palate, because we're on this journey to find the perfect stick, we call it. And it's just, the one great thing about tobacco is just like so many different ways to express that, right? You could give 5 guys the same tobacco, like, whatever it is. And you'll have 5 different expressions of a cigar after that, which is amazing, so it's, I think, right, Ray, I'd say that's where we're at, man. We're about having fun,
I just do this shit for the camera. I'm a dick in real life.
Yeah. That's a fact. He's not lying.
You'll get along with all of us then.
How's it been with the whole, basically the cigar industry, the community? You You guys say you go to a lot of shows. How's it been received with other larger companies? You guys talk to them or anything like that? How's that been going?
I have to tell you, the cigar industry is unbelievable. It's really small. There are a lot of people that want to help out a lot of little brands, man. And we've had some major issues, and guys that help us out, you know, you couldn't believe. Our mentors are unbelievable, man. It's just this industry it's the best industry, man. It really
You guys
is.
want to shout anyone out?
I
You wanna
mean,
get their names.
you know, there's so many, because if I shout one out and I forget one guy, I don't want anybody getting upset. It is a industry of big egos. So I mean, the guys that have helped me out know it. I've told them personally. I've hung out with them, smoked with them. That's it. They're just great people, man. Great people.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take a little break right here to announce that we're gonna have a giveaway. So I'm gonna run the instructions to the giveaway right now. It's basically just type in hashtag cigar clowns. We're gonna have a pack from Joe, right? Is that right, Joe?
Yeah,
We're gonna
we're gonna send you a nice pack of cigars, man. Current offerings.
Okay. So and I think we want to do how many entries, Frank?
Man, I didn't even think
We're
about
shooting
that.
for 30, right? So live, share it with your buddies. So we want to get close to 30 as possible. So you guys type that in and then share the live on your with your contacts.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
All right. So your branding often includes limited edition drops and creative packaging. What goes into the creative process? Like, do you already have a cigar in mind, or do you blend based on a name, a particular like logo or something, or how do y'all create your line?
Blends will come up with concepts, right? And we'll make a cigar before it gets named, and then Ray will go into the naming and the packaging and stuff. But I think it comes out with like, hey man, I really want a Sumatra cigar, man. I really want to make something, or I really want to do a box press, you know, something, you know, I want to, can I get this flavor out of it? And that's where we'll start. And then as the cigar develops, we'll start coming up with concepts of them. There's plenty of cigars in the vault waiting to be, you know, waiting for the right time to come out and be named and things like that we've working on and worked on. But I guess Ray will take you through the creative side, because I'm not a creative person.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of.
I'm just kidding.
I listen. You do enough. I as far as the creative content is concerned, you know, going into the lab, because I call it the clown lab. You know, we use the clown lab for cigars, but also use the creative side for, you know, in the clown lab aspect of it. You know, doing the behind the scenes shit, all the banding, the stickers, you know, the packaging and stuff like that, the boxes. You know, coming up with a concept. But I mean, you know, there's sometimes that we do cigars where, you know, we kind of have an aim in mind of kind of a direction that we want to go in. And then it kind of formulates from there. And then sometimes, you know, we'll be doing testers and like, you know, something will pop in, or like Joe will throw something out, like, you know, like, oh, well, what about this? So maybe, you know, sometimes we'll have a direction of where we want to go. And then sometimes it's just spontaneous. Like one of the cigars we did was the Jack in the Box. It was the first box press that we ever did. And, you know, we kind of wanted to, you know, with the clown theme behind it, box press, Jack in the Box, it fit, right? Rodeo Clown with the blending, with working with Tony. Tony's whole line is based on, you know, the horses. You know, his family is all about horse breeding and stuff like that. So we kind of wanted to pay homage to that, you know, whole thing. And that's why I came up with the Rodeo Clown concept. So kind of, you know, and the Goldie Grace, which is a cigar that we do with the Shafio collection, which is coming back out, which is our next release coming out within the next couple of weeks. It's a re-release. It was a limited edition cigar that we did to raise money against human trafficking with the Shafios. And it's coming. We know we were able to source the tobacco that we needed for the project to bring it back, because it was so popular and it got such high demand that we decided to put it into a full scale production. So it's one of our core lines. But you know, that was a concept that I was back and forth with Justin on. We already kind of had an idea, and we kind of knew the direction that we were going in for the cigar and what we were going to do. But you know, we were kind of, you know, both him and I are big fans of graphic novels, and we at the time, I felt that if we wanted to kind of go in the direction of a female clown, which is why we came up with the Goldie Grace, and we came up with the artwork for the Goldie Grace. And I had just recently watched Sin City. Big fan of the graphic novel of Sin City, and watched the movie and was talking back and forth. And he's a big fan of graphic novels too. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'll go crime fighter. Like, this is the cause. Listen, there are men who are trafficked, there are women, there are children. It's not just, just women who are trafficked. There's so many people that are trafficked. But I just felt like, from that crime fighter essence. And they just came out with a cigar not too long before that called the Freedom Fighter. And on the Freedom Fighter, they had the Freedom Fighter, and then they had the Bloody Knuckles. So the Bloody Knuckles had the wrapped up hands. So I wanted to use that concept of the wrapped up hands, and then the logo that is known and represents fighting against human trafficking is the red X, the red bloody X. So I wanted to incorporate like the bloody X onto the bloody knuckles with the blood dripping off of it, and have her in like this trench coat and be like this crime fighter and like this vigilante, and kind of like a 40s style of crime fighter, and doing like the 40s theme behind her with the, and there's an old style like 1940s cop car, and then like their logo was on the cop car, and then our name's up on the billboard, and then Goldie Grace is up on this tower behind her, and it's in like shining light, and it's like that nightly vigilante, like that Batman-esque type of thing, and it's the creative process for me is fun. Like when Joe and Danny turned to me, it's like, all right, well, just got to get popping in the studio and do some research and come up with some stuff. Like I'll come back to them, I'll get critique, get input, or they'll have something that they have a vision on, and I try to work their vision into what they, what they're looking for, and we go back and forth. And for me that's the fun. Besides doing the whole cigar thing, that's my favorite part of the process, is doing the the branding stuff for us. It's something that I enjoy. It's something that I never knew that I had. I never knew that I would, if I say it all the time, I don't think if we were in the cigar industry, I would have never known that artistic side of me that I had buried deep inside me. I would have came out, I would have known about it, I would have tapped into it if it wasn't for, being involved in the industry.
I know you said,
go ahead, Randall, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know you said earlier you speak in a lot of movie quotes. So just kind of off of that, what's your favorite like movie clown or what's like in clown in general? What's your favorite movie clown?
Can I give you a Mount Rushmore of movie clowns?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or just clowns in general. Obviously, the Joker is number one all time for me. It's my favorite villain of all time. It's always been since I'm a kid. Pennywise is one of them as well, from the original Pennywise. The new ones that they did, the re-releases of the series is great, but the original one is probably my favorite. What's that?
That one was more terrifying than the newer one.
Yeah.
What, Curry?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's Tim Curry. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Third, and this is after Joker. It's not in any particular order. Joker's number one for me. Joker, Pennywise, Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses with Rob Zombie. Another one of my favorite movie clowns. Yeah. And we did a cigar called the Captain Spaulding early on when we first started up. And dude, he's got a lot of nostalgia now. Like you talked about it earlier, Terrifier, man. Art the Clown is just fucking badass, bro. Yeah. So badass. It's so fucking love it.
Dude, it's always been for me. It's that it, and the one I really like. It's a weird cult movie. Is the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Terrifier. Those are my top three.
I would put Killer Clowns from Outer Space at 5.
There you go.
I'll put them up there. I'd put them up there. But that's my Mount Rushmore of clowns that I love.
So out of I know like y'all have like your own lab and stuff, but which cigar has been the one cigar that y'all can say that it's been your favorite and the most fun to make? Or create?
Yeah, Joe, you could jump in the water on that one.
Favorite and the best one to create is too there. This cigar, the Rodeo Clown, I think it's too different.
I think you can separate.
Yeah, the Rodeo Clown was definitely the passion play, right? We worked on it a long time. My favorite cigar is an early cigar. It was the Crinkles. And it was a big, 7.5 by 54 box press. I don't even know. I don't have it anymore. It was just this huge freaking Maduro, and it smoked. We named it the Crinkles because in like the 50s, there was a clown that used to eat fucking breakfast cereal and because it was such a light cigar, man. The cigar was so fruity and chocolatey. It was just this unbelievable cigar. And you looked at this thing, you're like, man, this thing's gonna knock me out. But it was the first cigar of the morning stick. It was just such a great cigar. That's my favorite one of all time.
Yeah, for me, Passion Play is definitely the Rodeo Clown. That's without question. I think Danny would agree to. I think we can speak for Danny on that, because that was, like I said, that was a year process for us, and it was definitely a passion play. I can say from beginning to end, from where it started to where it ended up, being able to smoke it now. And for me, it's always been the AVB, which for those who don't know was us paying homage to the Headless Horseman, since we live in New York, and Sleepy Hollow, it's just a little ways up north from us, and it's kind of close to home. It's a legend in this around these parts, and AVB is the initials for Abraham Van Brunt, which is the actual name of the Headless Horseman. So we did a whole Headless Horseman theme with the dark forest behind them, with our logo kind of like, sitting, you can't really see it. We kind of like faded out in the background, and we did the whole, horseman thing, holding the pumpkin with the clown head on it. And I'm a San Andreas freak. It's probably one of my favorite leaves, and that was one of the first San Andreases that we kind of really got, where we wanted it to be. Not that the ones that we've done prior or past that are bad in any means, but for me, that's the one that stands out as, as we say in our collective, that was a race cigar. As far as my flavor profile is concerned, that just hit every single notch for me on smoke output, flavor, transition, the whole nine. Chocolatey. It was a Halloween stick. We told the manufacturer and the blender when they were blending it for us to do just a couple of random ones, close foot. So some people got 3 close foot, some people got 1, some people didn't get any. So it was kind of like a trick or treat thing that we kind of, did a little theme thing during Halloween, which we kind of, tried to be a little bit different and doing kind of change it up type of deal. But yeah, AVB for me is my favorite still to this day.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. Is the random close foot?
Yeah. I was gonna say, let me. I appreciate the way you approach your branding, because there's obviously branding rules of certain things have to stay the same so people recognize it's still your brand. But the fact that you do change so much with just how you do the dude on the front, different ways and different things like that is really cool, and color schemes and all that. It looks
the
like
urban legends, everybody says it looks like me, so I don't know.
It does. I was wondering if maybe you, or maybe you look
possible. Well, I got told in a comment that I'm not gonna reference where it came from, but I read a comment recently that said it's an AI image. I'm like, no, bro, it's not an AI image.
No, that is you, dude.
Not even close. Not even close to an AI image. And by the way, fun fact: I'm the only one who has it tattooed on my smoking hand.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, not as beaten off hand, thank God.
No, I'm switching, so it doesn't really matter. So we're good. Doesn't matter either way.
So we know Ray's favorite leaf is the San Andreas, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Joe?
Yeah, I'm a big San Andreas guy myself. I mean, a close second. I mean, I love so many different tobaccos, man. It's crazy. So I'm a Habano guy too. Love Habano right now. Yeah.
One of your favorite sticks of all time is the Norteño. What rapper is on that cigar?
I don't even know.
Esteli Herrera Norteño?
Yeah, the Norteño. Yep.
Is that really good? I hear a lot of things about that cigar.
They're getting rid of it. Get it now, man. Get it now.
Get it now because I don't think they're making it anymore.
They used to make it like a 3.5-inch one, man. It was like this big, and I used to fucking smoke those on my fucking breaks. It's like a 15-minute smoke. It's just oh, what a great cigar.
I had a bad experience with DE, bro. I smoked the Estela Herrera, the Brazilian Maduro wrapper. I think it's like a blue or green band. Bad experience with that, man. It was just all charred, it was nasty, and then it only went halfway, and then it just blew up on me. And I never went with Estela Herrera.
I'm not gonna, it happens. It's a handmade product, so sometimes you got to go back and try it again. But yeah, man. So a limited edition. This is to the guests. We have our first limited edition cigar coming back as a full production, which is the Goldie Grace. Goldie Grace was was designed, blended as a Lancero project. But as we started moving forward with just logistics, right? Lanceros unfortunately don't sell, in the United States. So we made a Corona Gorda. We made a few, like 2,000 Lanceros or something like that. We raised some good money for against human trafficking, and the cigar was a hit, man. Sold out everywhere. Couldn't keep it on shelves, and now we're bringing it back as 10 count bundles. Well, actually, 10 count boxes. The boxes are legit. And yeah, those are hitting the shelf soon. They're hitting the shelf soon. So that's our first limited edition cigar.
So are they still going to remain limited edition, or is that coming back as
no? It's a full scale line now.
Full scale line.
Just a full scale line.
Yeah, because I remember when I was buying these, I saw the Goldie, and I was like, man, no matter where it was, they were always sold out.
Yeah.
You gotta get, when they drop now, you gotta get your hands on it, man. It's a special cigar. It's really good. I can honestly say, to date, out of all the bands that I have done and all the releases that we have done, that is by far my favorite.
I don't know if we can you see her?
You see Goldie? There she is.
Oh, there you
go.
There's Goldie.
She sits behind me. She stays in my ass all day long.
That was going to lead to my next question. You said it, but which cigar out of your line has been your favorite? Like, is your favorite?
So right now, of our current line is the Geppetto. We just released a new Vitola of it, and it was a total accident, man. We had no plans of making a second Vitola for some time. We're a small brand, right?
Yeah.
So somehow, when the order was put in the factory, they made the wrong Vitola. And when we got the cigar, it's fucking banging. It is better than our original cigar. So it's a 6x50, and I can't stop smoking the cigar. The transition slap, it's just it's my go-to cigar right now. That and the King of Clowns, because the King of Clowns you could smoke all day long.
Yeah, it's been smoking really good. I've been really enjoying this one, by the way. Like it has really good flavors.
That's a special cigar, man.
It does have a little kick. I love that. I love that it has a little bit of kick, but it's nothing that's overpowering or anything. I've been enjoying it so far. I think that's a perfect segue to do a cigar check.
Also, somebody in the comment had asked, "What are we getting out of the cigar?" Too. I just answer real quick. It was kind of up there. Getting some spice, earth. The retro isn't really super harsh, but it's got just enough sting to let you know it's there, which I like. I don't like when you can just blow out like it's vapor. You know what I mean? I like a little bit of resistance with that. So yeah, it's a really good cigar.
Yeah, I'm getting like a little bit of leather notes on mine, and the pepper is about a 4 or 5, but it's just where I enjoy it. That's my my level right there. So
I'm definitely getting a lot of the white pepper. Yeah, I'm good with it. I like it.
Yeah, it's a special one, man. That's a very well aged tobacco in that cigar. It's just, it hits in the right spots for anything. And again, it's a cigar that you can hand somebody who doesn't smoke cigars all the time. It's one of those cigars for me. I can smoke that at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm getting into work. I can smoke that at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I can smoke that as a nightcap at the end of the night. And I can smoke that any time of the day.
Yep.
Yeah. So I know you said earlier y'all have a when y'all got your first factory that does your cigars. Now, do y'all have more than one now, or is it still the same one? Do you still just continue with the same factory that started you guys, or have y'all branched out to different factories for different cigars?
Yeah, we have a couple different factories for different cigars. And we were burned in our infancy, and we'll never let that happen to us again. So unfortunately, we're working with multiple people, and we're very upfront with that when we talk to them, and we're gonna grow with each and every person, but there's no reason why we're gonna have. And we've heard a lot of stories from a lot of small guys that got crushed because they got into a disagreement with one person, and we don't need that to happen, because business is business, right? You're not always going to be on the same page. Your interests are not always going to align with somebody else's interest. So, as respectful as we are and as our business partners are to us, sometimes shit happens.
I want to answer what the guest put up there before you guys continue. The easiest answer, again, coming from us as a brand, is that we listen to our clientele, we listen to our fans, we listen to our customers, right? We kind of want to, we're not in the business of just making cigars to just make money. That's not who we are. We stand by our product. If the cigar's fucked up or you get a 5-pack that's stale or something happened to it in transportation and you've notified us, we have no problem replacing it. You know what I mean? Even small scale as we are, we stand by our product and what we do. And we used to do a taste testing time. We used to do a taste tester Tuesday with a lot of our close friends, and we would have them kind of, whatever samples that we were getting from the factories, we would have them come on and give us their feedback. And actually, I think to date, 2 or 3 of those cigars that we had in these taste testing panels on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, you can actually go back and watch them. They're from about two years ago now. 2 or 3 of those cigars we made and we put out. And they were part of the process of, putting those cigars out, and they got really good reviews from Stogie Press and Boston Jimmy. Shout out to Boston Jimmy and Stogie Press, who's always, giving us great feedback on our stuff and is honest and upfront about, rating our cigars. And yeah, man, it's just, that's the way we operate. And if you want to answer as an industry answer, you can sit there and say that some cigar manufacturers make cigars to make money when they become big. It's just what they do, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way they operate their business. That's who they are. That's what they do. I mean, listen, I could tell you a real quick story. Okay, myself and Danny are huge Viaje fans. We've been a fan of the Zombie series for years. The Red Zombie, one of my favorite cigars ever, period to date. Me and Danny would get a box. We would support a box every year that it dropped, and then it kind of went through a short term where they didn't come out for a year, and then it came out, and then the past couple of years that it came out, the tobacco was wet. It was moist. It wasn't where it was at, and it happens because of the climate and the change and the way what the weather, what patterns are like, and where the crop is growing. It happens. You know what I mean? But that's one of the cigar lines that we would always get consistently that we absolutely love, and it wouldn't stop me or refraining from buying it. They stand by that product. So some years are better than others, but again, it's kind of that's kind of how we operate as a collective. We listen to feedback. We take feedback, negative, positive, conservative, however you want to look at it. We take the feedback and that's kind of why we do what we do.
Just to answer Sam's question, one of you guys had a question about a sampler. If you go on cigarsdaily.com, he has a sampler of the Cigar Clowns. That's, I think, the only place you can get a sample pack. OGT, but I think he sold out of a sample pack. He had one.
He might still have some.
I know Toro's putting one together, but right now Cigars Daily has 4 core lines in one pack at a good price. So if you guys
want
to try
OGT over here in Hesperia or in California or
California,
Oakland.
Oakland, yeah.
Oakland over there, going towards like Indio,
Yucaipa.
Palm Springs area. Yucaipa, there you go,
Yucaipa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yucaipa, yes. Yucaipa County, yes.
Those guys have a pretty good selection, man. I've seen it.
Yeah.
The only thing is that, like for California, it sucks because the tax. I've never been to their B&M like physically because it's pretty far from me. It's like an hour and a half, depending. But I have seen that they get a lot of the new releases and a lot of like boutique stuff. So pretty cool.
If you get an opportunity to get up there and visit his lounge, it's in an old train car. That's where his humidor is.
It's an old what?
It's an old train car.
Oh, okay. No wonder, because I don't know if Google Maps hasn't updated their area.
Yeah, it looks like a shop. It looks like there's like a shopping front, like a storefront in front of it,
yeah,
but behind it.
Yeah.
He's in there with like 2 other, because myself and my partner Danny, we went out there 2 years ago to do like a little release thing with them. And he's got his humidor is a train car. Like he has a little like indoor lounge. Part of the train car is his little lounge where he does his videos and stuff. And he has the humidor to the right. And you go outside, he's got this whole backyard outside with a fire pit and a covered tent and everything like that, right by the mountains. It's all, and I'm assuming that's apple country, because all I see was apple farms up in that direction, up in the mountain.
And it's
right stayed up on the mountain.
It's like in a valley, right at the foothills of the mountains or whatever. It looks really nice.
We flew into Los Angeles and we drove from Los Angeles. We couldn't get any flights into like Pasadena or anything closer. What's the other major
Burbank. There's Burbank.
We couldn't get we could get into Burbank.
You could go to Ontario. Ontario's really close to
we couldn't get anything into Ontario. Nothing.
There's smaller airports.
No direct flights from the city.
Yeah, it's a smaller airport, so it's very limited on the flight options.
Yeah, so we had to drive in. We had to drive in from LAX, and we spent a day and a half there with him, and we did an event, and it was a good time. But yeah, if you got an opportunity to go drive up there, and he's got a great humidor. Him and his
Yeah.
wife run a great shop. They're one of our earlier, when we started back in the early days, he's one of the first major shops that took us on, and we've kind of grown as he's grown. We've been featured in his society multiple times. I think we've been featured in his OGT society out of every cigar brand he's had, the most out of anybody he's had in that shop. And we've come in the top 3 every year consistently for the past 4 years now. I think we came in 3rd this year or 2nd this year.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I hardly ever go that way, bro. But next time I go, like, on the way to Vegas or something, I'll definitely stop by and check it out.
It's good. Yeah. It's a great shop.
He has a lot of gems, a lot of great cigars. He has a great palate, man. He's a true tobacconist right there. True tobacconist,
Yeah. His name suits him.
When you guys are like releasing a new line, how many do you smoke before you're like, yeah, this is it, this is ready? Like, is that all you smoke for a little while, that new one, or do you still kind of switch it around and then kind of get an idea of how it pairs with others and all that, or what's the process with that like?
Yeah, man, the process it's pretty involved. Like, I can go weeks just smoking that cigar, and then we always want more age, right? We like our cigars to marry. So it's like, I wonder how it's gonna be in another month. And then, oh man, but another month and another month. All right, like where was the sweet spot for when we're gonna put it in production? So I could say I could smoke the same cigar every day, 8 of them, and not have a problem. But then, yeah, I will break it up with different cigars and my favorites, because I don't only smoke Cigar Clowns. I'm a cigar consumer. I was in a shop today, picked up a whole bunch of great sticks.
What'd you pick up? What'd you pick up, Joe?
I picked up that blue Avo, the blue one, the new one. Has a blue band on it. Oh, no. What is it?
No, sorry.
I picked up the nail coffins, those little
Blackworks or Black Label.
Yeah, and I picked up a real funky Yagua, man. I haven't seen a funky one in a long time, and this shit is great. It's like twisted. I love that cigar. I like lights out, So that's what I picked. It was a shop we used to sell a lot of cigars too. They have new management, so I went in there and just wanted to talk and just seeing how they're doing. No sale. Not trying to sell. Just want to see how the new management's taking over the place, and looks like they got a handle on the shop. A great place. But I love cigars, man. So I smoked a lot of good cigars this week. Yeah, man.
That's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Those of y'all in the chat that are asking about like the samplers and stuff, please put that hashtag Cigar Clowns. They are giving away a 5-pack of their core line sampler. So definitely, put in that hashtag. Let me look through my questions here. So when y'all interact with your factories and stuff, do you actually go to like the if they're in the DR or anywhere, or do they send you all the cigars, or how involved are you in the process of
So I haven't been to Nicaragua, even though we have cigars made in Nicaragua, but we have great partners here in the States that own the factories in Nicaragua. Been to Dominican Republic a couple of times. But again, we have great partners here in the States, so we really don't have to go there all the time. And it's great to go there, shake hands, kiss babies, But the end of the day is like Ray said, we're blue collar guys, man. We work every day. Yep. So this is just a pure passion play for us. I know guys go down there for a month at a time, live there, and tweak their blend or whatever. Yeah. I think we kind of have a handle on what we want, what we expect, and that's pretty much it, man. But sometimes you do have to go go there and make a deal, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So is the goal, like, I know you say y'all still work normal jobs, and this is part of your passion. Is the goal ever to just be a full on, work on your cigar brand, like
Yeah,
full time?
the goal is to be a household name, right?
Yeah.
The goal is to be, when we walk into a shop, I want a guy going, I want a cigar clown. Like I'm having a 40th birthday. Let me get some Cigar Clown cigars. Let me get some King of Clowns. Like I want to be able, we're in about 100 shops, close to 100 shops now. The goal is to double it in the next 2 years, and then go from there. That's it. We just want to be a household name. We want to keep our product. We want to keep our passion.
Heck yeah.
And I love what I do for my day-to-day job. So I'm not sure if I would ever stop doing that, because they say if you're happy when you're working, you're not working at all.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, my wife gets mad at me because, like, I'm IT, I'm network administrator, but I love my job. Like I literally wake up at, like, I'm supposed to be at work at 7. I get there about 5:30. I love my job. Like I'm there because I truly love my job. And my wife's like, how does that feel? Because she works in the the school district, and she's a principal and all this stuff. It's like, what does it feel like to actually love your job? And I'm like, I couldn't tell you, man. Like I so, like, you saying that y'all love your job. It's amazing, and hopefully the cigar stuff does take off for you guys, and it can be a full-time job. It'd be amazing.
thank you.
And the way y'all are going, by the way, I've been hearing about you guys a lot, and it's probably going to happen sooner than y'all think.
Yeah, man.
Real lips to God's ears, man.
Yeah, we're definitely on a gazelle growth trajectory, even though it's a down economy, and cigar sales and shops are off 30% or more. That's here in the Northeast. On the East Coast, I don't know how it is on the West Coast, but same source sales are getting back to that pre-COVID level. A lot of guys are having a hard time, but as a small brand who's growing, we bring a breath of fresh air into a shop. So it's not, a lot of shops that we're working with that are changing from like a legacy branded shop to boutiques.
Yeah.
There's more to offer, more uniqueness, more conversations to be had, more one-on-one time with their clients. So that they're bringing in boutique brands like ourselves, and there's so many others I can list, and it's just good for retail, right? It's good for retail.
Yeah, I know. Like here in I live in San Antonio, so like we only have like 1 or 2 shops that mainly sell boutique brands.
Yep.
And those are the shops that I'm frequent more so than the full on legacy brands and the legacy shops. So that's a good thing. Like, I mean, I'm glad that it's changing, it's evolving. Back then it was nothing but legacy. Now you go and you can find the Black Label, the Black Works, the Dissident, all. I mean, I'm naming just one particular style, right? But like, there's a bunch of different brands now that are coming up, and I'm like, I like that because it's legacies are great. I who doesn't? I still, we still buy them, we still go, through all that stuff. But for me, I gravitate more to the boutique, or even like brands that aren't as well known or out there yet. Because I mean, like, these guys, that's their passion work. You're not just smoking a cigar; you're smoking someone's passion. It sounds bad saying that way, but it's
the truth.
It's the truth.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
And kind of touch what Joe said, and it's like you kind of even see that now, kind of with the B&Ms now. A lot of these B&Ms are kind of going in that direction and bringing in more boutiques, which is good for us, especially with the Gazelle growth and getting into multiple shops throughout the country. And we're pretty spread out across the country. Obviously, predominantly more so on the East Coast, from all the way up in Vermont, all the way down to Florida, and then kind of into the Carolinas and such, and then West Coast California, and what's the shop? Utah is a shop that we just landed in Utah is another one in Colorado.
We got one in Texas and Little Elm,
one
Texas.
in Texas.
What's up
Yeah.
with my people? In Little
You have
Elm,
any in North Carolina yet?
North Carolina,
we have
South
a bunch.
Carolina.
We have a bunch in
Oh,
North
do you?
Carolina. Yeah.
Whereabouts? You like
kind
of in the Raleigh
got your
area?
black book?
I don't
So
have.
what?
I would have to jump screens to start listing them off. We have a bunch in the Carolinas.
We have a shop finder on the website.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There might not be 100%
On my way there right
updated,
now.
but
Yeah, I'm gonna check that
might
out.
might not be 100% updated, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, and after the podcast, I'll send y'all like some of the shops that we have here in San Antonio. Maybe y'all can have a
Appreciate
conversation
that,
with
man.
them.
Yeah,
I would love that, man. Maybe I'll come visit
absolutely.
them and we'll smoke a cigar. Maybe.
Hell yeah!
I go to Dallas a lot, so it's not too far. So was that 3 hours, 4 hours?
It's about 4 hours from
Yeah.
Dallas to San Antonio, so
That's not bad.
that's not bad. I'm trying to think of what else.
Wait, I have a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
What you said you guys traveled to the tobacco factories down there in Central America for when you guys were developing your blends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was that? Was it like an experience for you? Like, were you did you get everything that you were expected, or was it like a total different thing that what you were imagining when you went down there?
No, man, it's unique, right? Because you get to really you get to visit the farms. You get to see the aging process, how they get the ammonia out of the cigars, and you learn. It takes a lot of people. People always say it takes a lot of people to make a cigar, but it takes a lot of people to make a cigar,
it does.
man.
Heck yeah,
it really does. And then you get to learn about like the different fucking the layers, the viso, the segundo, and then all the different, why is this good for a wrapper? And you really can't put wrapper inside the cigar. Why can't I? Well, people don't do that, but why can't I do that? You could do that, Yeah, it's a little, it's a little more expensive. I don't care. I want to do that,
right.
So and I'm not a native Spanish speaker, so a lot of my passion has to go through somebody, and then their passion has to go through somebody.
Yeah,
so
the language barrier is another thing, right?
Yeah,
right.
Google Translate's a beautiful tool.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Hey,
it's not the same.
You never know, man. They're probably cussing you out, and you're over here like, yeah, amigo. Like,
Exactly.
Cerveza.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I'll tell you, I got a text message. You got to use WhatsApp, right, to communicate, because WhatsApp.
Oh yeah.
And our box factory fucking burnt down, right? And as the box factory, I'm getting this fucking message, and my fucking only response is, did our bands make it out?
Wow.
I got a deadline. You know what I mean? I got a deadline. I'm like, fuck, because they were supposed to ship yesterday. Did they make them out? That didn't go over too well, but I'm glad to say that they're a good partner of ours, and we. They did make them out. The bands did make them out, and they were on the Festivus this year. But the Festivus is we do a yearly release of a cigar. We do a different blend every year. It's the Festivus for the rest of us. We're New York City guys. Seinfeld, New York City show. You know what I mean? And the airing of grievances for the cigar clowns is a big thing, because on our meetings, we would always have, anybody have any grievances? Now's the time to talk about it, because I don't want you fucking stewing because you're mad at this guy's mad at you. So let's air it all out every meeting. And there's a lot of grievances, when you got 6 fucking guys, that want different direction in the business. And so it's yeah, man, it's just Festivus is a great little project for us, man. And it's a small run. It's like 10,000 cigars a year, but it's just sought after. People, the shops sell out of it real quick. So it's fun. It's fun. I think Toro still has some.
Yeah.
Actually.
Let's put it like this, as far as Aaron's grievance is concerned, since Joe brought it up. You know, I consider, you know, besides Joe being a business partner and knowing for Joe for over 25 years, you know, not directly related family, but family, brother, best friend, the whole nine. As much as I've told him over the years how much I love him, I've told him to go fuck himself just as much. So
That's a good
you
friend
know,
right there.
Listen, this
But
guy's
again,
so
you know,
close.
this-
He broke my wife's family heirloom in my house. When we were drinking on a live one night, and him and my dog decided to rough house. Broke my wife's grandmother's fucking plant and vase. The plant died. The plant was older than my wife, but that's all right. You know, I love the guy.
They came over on the Mayflower.
Pretty much.
No, like, but see, what Joe fails to tell you is that Joe has a Belgian Malamute who thinks he's a fucking FBI dog, and he's between your legs, and he's fighting. He won't let go of the goddamn toy, so it's just like, so that's the running jokes that we have. Yeah. He tells everybody. This is not the first time he's told this story.
It's a fact. It's a fact. Family heirloom. And my wife was like, "Oh no, Ray, that's all right. I'll clean it up." She was like crying, cleaning up. You know, it's all right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope there was nobody's ashes inside there, bro. Like, damn.
By the way, I just want to give a shout out to Josephus. Every fucking live podcast that we do, he's one of our biggest super fans. So I want to give a shout out to Josephus. That's
Joe's always been very supportive, even of our show.
He supports everybody. Yeah, man. Good people, man. Good people. Never met him in person, but I gotta tell you, he supports everything related to the Leaf podcast, all that stuff, man. So yeah, shout out to Josephus, man. Good people.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's really active in our chats and all the time. Man, we love having him on here, man.
He's the best. Good people, man.
So do you think social media has changed the way like people engage with cigars?
Yeah, man.
1,000%.
Yeah, because you know
how has it impacted your brand?
Our brand is the baby of social media advertising for the tobacco industry. You know, because you can't advertise in tobacco, right? So you can't have regular ads, but you know, Instagram, Discord, you know, YouTube, freaking, we even had TikTok. We had my freaking 10-year-old son running our TikTok page for a little bit. You know, there's so many different ways to
say goodbye to that now.
Yeah.
Red Note. Follow me on Red Note. No.
There you go. But yeah, man, there's so many ways to interact with people and forge real friendships and, you know, talk to people, get some one-on-one time. And, you know, you could be anywhere in the world with social media, you know, and still be in your house. So it's great smoking with different groups of men, you know, and women of the Leaf. It's great. It's great.
And how has the cigar community received Cigar Clowns since you launched?
I think they're welcoming us with open arms. I mean, I'm not going to say the over 65 crowd is going to be smoking Cigar Clown sticks. You know, the guys that walk in and they go into the humidor and they pick up a champagne, or they pick up a freaking 64 or something like that. Those are not our clients. Our clients are the next generation of smokers, right?
Have you guys tried handing them to them? Like when you guys are in the lounge, have you handed off to those guys? Were they?
They when they smoke them, they love them, but they look at the band, they're like, I can't smoke. I can't smoke a cigar with a clown on it. And I'm like, man, we ain't clowning around with our sticks, man. You know, just try. You gotta like it. You know, I use that line a lot, and I just did a tour in St. Pete's, Tampa, you know, Ybor City, you know, like the cigar mecca. And it's a fucking rough. If you're not a legacy line, it's a rough area, man. They don't want to even look at you. And I'm like, well, where do you think all these guys started from? They started from one guy fucking going out there peddling cigars out of the back of his trunk. I was like, you know.
That's very true.
Yeah, man.
Man, I know a guy that doesn't smoke cigars if the band has a man on it, like the face of a man or something, like, you know.
Yeah, well, there's a, believe it or not, there's a few religions that they can't smoke off cigars. So my thing is just take the wrapper off of it, man.
No, this guy's just a douche. He just says he doesn't smoke fucking cigars. There's a man on there. I'm not gonna smoke that. I'm not homo. I'm not homo. That makes you
okay.
homo.
We have cigars that have females on the band. So
give him the Goldie Grace. Give him the freaking. But does he smoke like a 7x70? Come on now.
right?
Is that his go-to stick? You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go.
What's been the most rewarding part of connecting with like your customers and your fans?
Ray, if I could take, I think talking
Yeah,
to
Joe,
people.
don't worry about it. I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah,
I'll sit over
yeah,
there. Whatever you want to
Ray,
do. I'll
Ray,
take a break.
take your earplugs out. There you go.
Okay. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. I think the most rewarding part is just getting to know people and meeting people. I say it all the time. Ray will say it all the time as well. Like we go to shops, and you sit there and you talk with somebody that's you can walk by on the street and you wouldn't give a person a second look, but you're sitting in a cigar lounge, you're striking up a conversation with them. You get to know somebody. You get to know their life. They might be in a bad place. You might be a person. All right, Ray, you're in. Boom.
I'm calling a timeout. You need to tell the story. You need to tell the story of the two people in a random place who fucking was smoking cigar clowns. You need to tell the audience, and you need to tell these guys that story because that's a fucking great story. That's a representation of, I think, what our brand stands for. And it's a really good story, and you tell it the best.
Ray, you could tell it for me, man.
No,
Go
fuck
ahead.
you. I'm not
No,
doing it. Nope.
no,
Nope.
I'm good. You have
Nope.
to get me started. You have to get me started, bro. I got so many
Oh,
stories.
wow.
Wow.
Not doing it.
No, man. Where was I? I had a long
You're
day
right
today,
here.
man. I had a long day today.
What do you mean? I don't want to. Wolfie.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's all right. So that's the story.
Oh,
So there's two guys in California. One guy, two fans of ours from totally different areas. One guy's from Northern
don't
California.
know each other.
Don't know each other. One guy's from Northern California, Southern California. They both happen to be in the same hotel for different businesses, right? They're having meetings, different businesses, different industries, everything. One guy is sitting there smoking a cigar clown cigar, just enjoying, and this other guy walks up to him and is like, "Hey, I know the cigar clowns. I herf with Joe all the time." And the other guy's like, "I know Joe." He's like, "I know Joe and Ray. He's like, I herf with them all the time." He fucking bust out his shit. He had cigar clowns. Two guys never met each other. Fucking some random hotel in fucking California, sitting down smoking cigar clowns. Both texting me, "Hey, do you know this guy? Do you know that?" "Yeah, I fucking know both of you guys. Is everything all right?" And I'm saying, "Is there beef or something?" Because they're fucking online. People fucking arguing shit over stupid shit. But it was just like, that's the like that's pinnacle, man. It's like, two guys you herf with, just like I'm herfing with you right now. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's great. Thank you, Ray, for reminding me.
They need to festers to air their grievances.
Yeah. No, and they turn out they're becoming friends, and now through the internet they're in contact, and it's great, man. It's fucking great.
That's awesome.
Sorry,
that's tough boy.
I mean, to have that, random people, two different, areas, or like whatever, and they smoke the same cigars. That's y'all cigar, right?
Yeah,
that's,
man.
That's pretty amazing.
And in a hotel in California, we'd have a little smoking section. The guys just smoking a cigar clown stick, and guys like, "Oh shit," I know those guys. So, yeah, man.
Yeah. So, let me see here.
Somebody in the comments said, "Bring back the Ronald."
Oh yeah.
Fred.
Bring back
the Ronald.
The Ron.
That was a cigar that was made for us by AJ.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
We had the Ron and not the Ron.
Not the
Both manufactured by AJ, bro. Great sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Great sticks. Maybe in the future, never know. Never know what the world. We never know what's gonna happen.
That's true. Hey, Fred, if you want, man, put that hashtag cigar clowns, bro. Get a 5-pack, bro.
A chance to get a 5-pack.
A chance to get a 5-pack. Sorry.
Let's be clear here.
Yeah.
Clear, man.
Yeah. Keep
You're gonna have to go dig into your top shelf Cubans, bro. If you don't clarify the situation, you know what I mean?
Good point. Or bring back the John Wayne Gacy.
Oh no, we never did a John Wayne Gacy, man. It was teed up many times, but there are survivors still, and
I mean,
that's just
Listen, I
How
would
about,
love,
yeah,
I would love more than to put out a cigar that had something reference to the Joker. But you don't want to deal with. Yeah, I'm not fucking fighting DC, even though we're a small company. You know what I mean? I would love to do something, or the Harley Quinn with actually her on. I mean, people have named their cigars the Harley Quinn, but like there are certain clowns that you kind of. It's like even when we started, right? So we're from myself, Joe, are from Brooklyn, right? And we went to Coney Island as kids, and the most famous clown in the New York City area is the Tilly clown, which is the representation of Coney Island. And the first logo we had when we were a Facebook group and we were all in a group was the Tilly clown. That was the original. That was the original our original face
I
that
know.
we
Can you
had
see it?
for our branding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See it,
But
Tilly?
we it was like Mickey Mouse after 100 years finally went to came out of being copyrighted and all that. So we just didn't want to deal with any of the legality. So we we did our research and we wanted to come up with our own entity. As much as we wanted to use that, it's going to again kind of pay homage to Brooklyn and where we're from and the infancy stage of our humble beginnings stuff like that. But we didn't want to go through that. Even though we were small, and then maybe if we grew big, if we had to end up changing it, so we just kind of skipped that whole thing. But there's plenty of clowns that we would love to do. Pennywise would be another one, but you just don't want to deal. You don't want to deal with all that stuff. I would love to, be able to do something like that and be able to pay for it. I'm like, all right, well, listen, we reach out to whoever owns the rights to it and say, hey, could we, X amount of dollars, can we use the imaging? But I mean, maybe 20 years from now, but I mean, not, can't do anything like that now. So we kind of, do our own stuff. And, have we dabbled, like I said, when we first started, we were kind of underground. We did the Captain Spaulding because, again, it's one of my favorite horror characters. And to throw that on a band and call it the Captain Spaulding for me was great. It's actually the only Connecticut that we've ever made. So, be able to not necessarily get away with it, but to be able to do it when we were on small scale was a little bit easier. But to kind of do it now with the recognition and that we have now, I don't think it's something that we want to kind of go down that road just for the legality purposes of it.
Just like I actually have a design concept for the homie, but it was when we put it out there and it was just we couldn't do it. Just
Krusty
too
too.
many. Krusty, yep, Mr. K. We have a whole bunch of those things. And when one of the guys, Lou Cross, asked if we're going to be in PCA, we are not going to be in PCA this year. Logistically, we can't do it, and we think we could spend our money a lot wiser than going to PCA and blending in. Because we're just going to be a little booth in the back where you got people that are
We're going to be by the bathrooms.
Yeah, by the bathrooms. We'd probably be better off in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
That's it. How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Stall.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Can I interest you in a cigar?
Yeah.
You want to try some of these?
Yeah.
It might smell better in there then.
That's it.
But then that
Never
is
mind
like,
poopery.
yeah. But that is the one thing
cigar.
that is the one thing I hear a lot about in like the boutique brands, that they don't want to do the PCA because you are basically going up against these legacy brands that no matter how you cut it, people always gravitate toward them, and you're spending, like you say, you're going to spend so much money on the booth, travel, the cigars, and you're up against Drew Estates and all these top brands. It is tough. Like I totally understand why y'all wouldn't want to do that, and it's good because at this point, like, PCA is good for certain brands, but like you guys doing with your social media, I think it's more beneficial at this point than going to these events. Maybe like if y'all do end up becoming a more name brand later on, maybe. But I do agree with you guys about keeping it a little low key. Work instead of spending that money, spend it on a blend or a your own like line or whatever. So that's good. I mean, I'm glad y'all are
we were
aware
gonna
of that.
We were gonna do swag, but like toilet plunges. We think that would be like really good, right? Wouldn't you want to get a 5-pack and like, oh my god, like what is this big box I got? And it's a toilet plunger.
Yeah.
You keep that shit. You'd have that shit at all time. We'd bail you out.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
God
yeah,
for these
yeah.
fucking cigar clowns.
They're going to be a shit show with us.
So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And we are not in any lounges in Rhode Island or Massachusetts yet. We're working on it. I was just in Rhode Island this weekend, working on it. So Rhode Island bourbon enthusiast, we're looking for a rep in that area because that's a long fucking drive for me. So if you know anybody who wants to rep our cigars, hit us up. Hit us up, man. We can work something out in that area. Texas too. Just throwing it out there. Michigan, yeah, we have. I think we have a shop in Michigan.
For sure.
I don't know. You got
Check out the website, guys. Check out the website. Log in there.
Gotta
Look at
find
find a retailer.
our
You'll be able to see what's up.
Cigarclowns.com.
and if not Tommy, we have plenty of guys that ship to Michigan. Plenty.
Yes.
Smoke In, Cigars Daily, Toro, OGT.
OGT.
There's I don't know if Luxury still has. I got to talk to Ben, but there's a lot of shops that carry us and ship.
And on your website, y'all don't sell cigars yet, right? Y'all are just
We don't
used
sell
to.
cigars.
We don't do
We
it
used
anymore.
to.
No.
Yeah, our business model now is just to retailers.
gotcha.
Yeah, man,
We've been
we
lucky
don't want to
enough.
compete.
We've been lucky enough to have some really major players in the online retail part for us, man. And like Joe just named, Toro, OGT, Cigars Daily, which is a huge one, Smoke It in
Daily, yeah.
Florida, which is a huge one. So for us, and a lot of times we they can't keep them in stock, man. It's they're flying up the shelf. They have good deals on the cigars when they put them out. They do, like Joe was saying, once the Golden Grace comes out, I think Mike Toro is going to be doing a sample pack of cigars, and he said he has a couple of festive stuff he might throw in or do a giveaway with when Golden Grace launches, and we do a podcast with them. So during launch, we've already set that up. But yeah, I mean, listen, we've been blessed to be picked up by some major online retailers, which is a huge help for us. And again, it kind of shows. People who are that big believing in these boutique, brands, these craft brands, and what we're bringing to the table. And like Joe said, we're very approachable. I'm not done yet, Joe. I'm not done.
Take it easy.
Come on. I'm gonna put you in the fucking penalty box.
Ray, you want me to mute him? You want me to mute him?
What I will say is that we worked with Smoke.
What I was saying anyway was,
we worked with Smoke In for about a year before we got into the shop to make sure we can take on his orders, right? So their company, they order every week, so we have to make sure that they put a SKU. They put a lot of money, in putting a SKU on in their 7 shops and online. We have to make sure that we can produce for them and have the cigars in stock in America at all time, any given time, to fulfill their orders. And not only him, we have these other big companies like Ray, like Toro and Cigars Daily, all these other OGT.
What about sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. What about like all these content creators, cigar reviewers, and all that? Have you guys already reached out to a few of them? How's that going?
Yeah, I think we work with a lot of different guys, right, Ray? A lot of guys and girls.
Spottosaurus Rex. You got 505 Cigar Review. You got our buddy Des overseas in England who's reviewed our cigars. There's a bunch of Stogie presses reviewed pretty much every release that we did. Not every release, but a big quantity of release since inception of our cigars on his website that you can go look at, and he's done a full scale review on. There's a lot of consecrate. Actually, there's a lot of them that have done reviews on our six and have given us, good feedback and have been with us since the early stages.
Yeah, we love it too because we're not, we're not a big brand or anything. If they want to, smoke our cigars and, we're not paying them, and if they want to give us an honest opinion, that's what we want. Same thing with you guys. If you guys say the cigar sucks, hey man, I appreciate your feedback and tell me what I can do better, and we'll do it better. So
that's cool that you guys are like open to receive that information as well. That goes a long way with a lot of these guys too.
Yeah,
100%.
Constructive criticism.
100%.
We've heard a couple of horror stories where certain people have mentioned some cigars that aren't good and whatever, and some of these brand owners have gone after these reviewers sometimes, man. And it's like, instead of going after the reviewer, why don't you work on your why is that, why he feels that way? And also like cigars are subjective. Like what I taste or I get, someone else is not going to get.
That's right. Cigars are subjective.
And
they're handmade.
Yeah.
So you might have 25,000 cigars, and you get 10 duds and you just happen to get 3 duds go to one guy. That shit happens, man.
Bro.
That happens. We have a friend of ours, Chris, and we call him the Stem King. It doesn't matter what cigar you send this guy, he's pulling out fucking stems like, oh my God. It could be a $200 cigar. And it's just like, oh, you got a stem in it. It's plugged. Of course it's plugged. Chris got it. You know, it doesn't matter. Always. He just has that luck. So, you know, if he ever gives you a cigar, just thank him. Just throw it right in the trash. It's gonna be plugged. It's gonna be plugged.
Well, I know a guy that sends cigar bombs, and it's all Gurkhas.
And he happens to be on the podcast too.
Yeah, I used to smoke Gurkhas, man. I won't lie. I used to smoke the Gurkha Centurium. You know, that double perfecto. I just like the feel of it. What's my dog going crazy for? I like the feel of it, and it was a good cigar back in the early 2000s. That's where my palate was, right? And we all growing. And I remember going to the casino, like, man, you got a Gurkha Ghost. I'm gonna take that from the. How you doing? I think you're a big.
I heard that one's okay. No, the Gurkha Ghost is all right.
I used to smoke the Gurkhas all the time.
Yeah, man. You know, it's they have a new one that's pretty good.
For the record, I'm the Gurkha King, and I've only smoked one Gurkha, but I made the mistake of ordering a shit ton at once. So me being a good friend I sent them out to these guys. They're just
that's not a friend.
Sons of bitches.
That's not a friend. If y'all are just joining us in the comments, if you can hashtag Cigar Clowns, you have a chance of winning a sampler pack. So just in case you're coming in late, definitely make sure you hashtag Cigar Clowns.
The next giveaway will be hashtag the Gurkha King. But you won't get Gurkhas, hopefully, from DC.
No, you'll just get him. We'll send DC over there to you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, you call for me? Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? What can I do for you?
It's like Sosa just said, spread the love like ass cheeks. There you go.
So you guys, you want to run the giveaway? We're there already, so we can get some excitement in the chat.
I'm down for it. Let's do it. This is
All right,
our first time doing a giveaway, so let's hope this process works. I mean, we've already done the test, right? Of course.
We're supposed to test.
Well, we did. There we go.
How many entries we got?
27 entries.
We got 27.
Nice. Almost 30. Nice.
All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Hey, by the way, present. So, all right, here we go.
Gotta be present. Gotta be in it to win it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
Yes.
guest.
Nice.
Nick, are you still here?
Is he still here? Is the question.
Is Nick here?
Nick's got to respond. Let's see. If not, we're gonna go to the next one, right?
Well, he was the one asking about that 5-pack, wasn't he? No, someone else was.
There he is.
Here.
The guest is here.
There
Congratulations.
he is. Woo!
Nice.
So he can hit up Ray or Joe or
or you can hit
just DM the Cigar Clowns account on Instagram and we'll get it out to you.
Yeah.
Or if you want to give it to one of us, you can.
Yeah, either or. Yeah, whatever's easy. You can send it to Frank. You can send it to me because I'm the social media liaison for the Cigar Clown. So I run the account. So if you want to send it to me, send it to me. Whatever's easy.
I'm the head janitor. I'll just get it done. Oh.
Hence the plunger.
That's right. That's right. Hey, man.
So what can
Good
we
idea.
expect from Cigar Clowns? Like any exciting like projects coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, well, we have Goldie Grace coming out very soon. We're gonna do another mid-year release, limited edition drop at our at one of our stores. Don't want to release any details on that yet. Then we're gonna have another Veterans Day release for the veterans group that we're in with the guys at Toro Cigars. They do a Veterans Day big thing that Ray and Danny went to. I couldn't go this year, but I'll be there. I'll be there coming up this year. Yeah, man, we have an action-packed 2025. We just released the Geppetto that just came out right before Christmas. The new Vitola. We just slipped that out there. Didn't make big waves about it, but it's gonna be hitting shops across the country.
I just want to answer Josephus real quick. Cameroon's definitely, it's definitely a possibility. We like kind of venturing into different, regions and rappers and tobacco. But I can tell you, as long as there's breath in my lungs and I am on the executive board of Cigar Cons, we will not release a $10.
I'll change him, Joe.
Not
Don't worry, I
fucking
got
not
it.
happening.
No way. We're going old
happening.
school.
No shot.
Listen, in the 40s and 50s, that's what they used to smoke.
It's coming back. There's a lot of
coming
brands
back.
coming out with Candelas again.
Yeah, man, it's definitely coming back.
I would rather
Who as a Colombo
smoke.
used to smoke Candelas.
Fuck that. I would rather
like that
smoke a fucking acid.
No, I like that grassy flavor. Come on, let's go.
No.
We'll put it as a binder, Ray. Nobody will know. Nobody will know.
Nope.
So
That would
You
be
won't
interesting.
So I know y'all were saying that like you're both of y'all's influence was your grandfather's, correct?
Mine was my uncle.
Grandfather.
Yeah, mine was my uncle.
Mine was my
Your
grandfather.
uncle. Yeah. So is what would they think of the like? What would they think of your brand?
Yeah.
Are they still around, by the way, or?
No, they're at the pearly gates.
Yeah, my uncle passed.
So sorry about that, guys. But
No,
what do you think they would think of your brand, or when you create a cigar, do you have them in mind? Like, this is something, or like, are you smoking a particular cigar in your brand, and you're like, I think my grandfather or my uncle would have really loved this cigar. No,
Not mine. No, he was a Connecticut guy. He would always smoke Connecticut's. He was Cuban, Connecticut. He wouldn't touch Maduro. He wouldn't touch Habano. So, I mean, I would kind of maybe potentially influence him to try it, but I highly doubt. I mean, I'm sure he would, wish us much success and growth and all that stuff. But as far as anything that we've put out, maybe the Captain Spaulding, but that wasn't your grandfather's Connecticut, man. That was a spice bomb for Connecticut. I could definitely say that. So I don't even know if he would like that. So for me, no, I don't think so.
I think my I go to my uncle's gravesite regularly, and I smoke a cigar with him. I think he'd be fucking laughing his ass off like the clowns. He's like, "You're a fucking clown." He'd just be calling me a clown, So, I can just see him fucking laughing. So, yeah.
So, if it's like a little fun question, I guess, but if you can share a cigar with any historical figure,
I love this question.
Who would it be and why?
Yeah, Josh.
Who would it be and why?
Gurkha King.
No, I mean,
DC.
I probably like to smoke with. There's so many people, right? Like you could say. I probably maybe like fucking Nikola Tesla. See what the fuck is going on in his mind. Get in a real conversation with him. Like, let's go. Like, what the fuck is what's what? But I'd probably like to smoke with Jack Nicholson, man.
Oh, that's
I think it would be a good time and great conversation, and I think he could be a little fucking nuts and
a little,
just a little, like just like that'd be it. I don't think maybe my grandfather. I never met him. He was a big cigar smoker, so that probably. He was a big cigar smoker. He had an import-export business to Cuba. He used to export lighters and ashtrays to Cuba, and then export cigars back to the States. Back a long time ago. Long time ago.
Me,
Jack Nicholson now, or sorry, I'm expounding on it a little bit.
No,
or in his prime, or when he took that famous photo of him blowing smoke rings, or
no, I'd say probably Jack Nicholson now, because I'd like to hear it all. I'd like to hear it all.
Yeah.
Steak dinner, big cigar, big fucking glass of bourbon. Let's hear about your fucking crazy life.
Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Earhart. There you go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
All right,
Henry
Razor, I
Moore,
cut you
Amelia
off.
Earhart.
Nah, you're good, bro. For me, that's an easy one. I'm a big historian. My dad is a huge historian, man. World War II, Civil War, all that jazz. And for me, I would like to sit down, have a nice scotch, and have a cigar with Winston Churchill. That's an
Oh,
easy
bro,
one.
you
Just to
read
listen
my
to that
fucking
man.
mind, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Just to
real
listen to
quick.
his military mind and just sit there and this guy smoked like 10 cigars a day and just kind of just
Oh yeah.
sit across from him and just kind of like, feed his knowledge on like, the whole warfare aspect and the whole shit from back then and just him as a person. It just, for me, that's a fucking easy one.
Hey,
I'm a Scotch drinker, so.
and he could paint a portrait of you because he was a painter.
Yeah, he was a painter.
Mm-hmm.
I guess apparently he was a
Yeah.
painter, but we just
Yeah,
found that
so
out.
was
With
Hitler, but you know how that turned out.
yeah, he painted with blood.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're already at the hour and a half mark, guys. So I think it's time we're gonna end the podcast. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining. It's been
Thank you.
fun conversation. Hour and a half went by super fast. Cigar has been doing amazing. Like I really enjoyed it. I probably will definitely pick up more of this one and your other line for sure.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, guys.
Well, actually,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So the one thing we like to do also before we leave, we like to see what we have going on with everybody. So like DC, what do you have going on? What do you have upcoming?
I'm still working on a few things right now. I finally recorded another video, so now I just got to do my edits and get that going. And I was just asked by a company to help them do a quick promo video for an anniversary they got coming up, which is kind of cool.
That's awesome.
So
Sick.
that'll be coming up. I'll be sharing that soon.
Cool.
Google.
Just got the Friday live in the morning on Friday morning, and then dropping another video on Saturday. Just same old thing.
Randall.
Yeah, probably a review coming up in the next few days. I don't know what I want to review yet.
You got a cigar you're smoking right now, guy. What do you mean you know what you're going to review?
Oh, it's gone. I just have to sit there and talk about it. No, I did jump to Red Note. So if anybody wants to type Cigar Scope in on Red Note, I got cigar content over there now. And that's kind of what I've been fiddling with this week, just because fuck it.
For me, I'm already finished. I'm finished editing my my first Cuban cigar review. I smoked my first Cuban, so I'm gonna get the review out. I'm still working on. I got like a little series where I'm smoking like the craft cigars, kind of like lesser known brand. So I'm still doing reviews on that. So that's what I have going on right now. How about you guys? Anything special besides with your cigar brands or anything?
Nah, man. Listen, if you don't follow us, Cigar Clowns on Instagram, Cigar Clowns on Facebook, cigarclowns.com. You'll never miss anything related to us as far as drops, anything that we have going on with us, whether it's a cut and light, whether it's an event, where we're going to be at, what we're doing. We do a monthly HERF on Tuesday nights usually. You guys are more than welcome to join. If you follow us and stuff like that, I usually shoot out a whole, DM to everybody with the link on Zoom. We usually do that, like I said, once a month to come just hang out with everybody and just shoot the shit and smoke some cigar clowns, like whether it's a new release or a past release. It's just to kind of hang out and just touch base with the fan base. And yeah, man, we're just, we're looking forward to 2025 and what 2025 brings. And, coming on here with you guys and giving us the opportunity to, shoot the shit with you and kind of give you a little insight into us. And, we would love to come back if you'll have us and, stay in touch. And yeah, man, anything that we can do for you guys to help you guys out, we're more than willing to do that. That's who we are as a brand. So yeah, man, that's my take.
It's almost Friday.
Rhode Island Bourbon asked, do y'all have a Discord?
We have a Discord. It's Cigar Clowns. Nice and easy. Very, very easy. We're not big Discord guys, but we jump on from time to time and do a HERF. Okay. We do a bi-monthly HERF. So if you guys are part of the Facebook or Instagram, you can find out when it's when we're doing it. We invite everybody to come on. Freaky Fridays. It's Ray's turn. Friday morning about 5:30 in the morning. Take a shower with Ray. You know, he gets in there.
Ray
I
in
do
the
it on my
morning?
OnlyFans.
Yeah, 5:30 in the
my
morning.
OnlyFans, Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Freaky Fridays,
other-
man, with the clowns. Let's go.
The other
We'll
We'll
panel
connect
is
you with Matt in the morning.
Matt. His handle's Matt in the morning, bro.
There you go. There you go.
Or
Let's
maybe
go.
we'll do a simulcast. Maybe we'll do a
There you go.
simulcast, me and Matt.
There you go. There you go.
You in the shower, him in the kitchen. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Cook me
All right,
breakfast while I'm showering.
I will say a lot of people in the comments always like to comment how cold I am or whatever. We are supposed to get some kind of like snow, I think, next Wednesday, but I'll still be out here. I'm dedicated, man.
If you ever go back and watch any of the lives, Randall starts off like white and then he turns like bright red by the end of the podcast.
Yeah, it's kind
Got
of
the Santa cheeks going on.
Yeah, it must be that filter I have on. You know.
There you go.
I turned my heaters off, man. I made a mistake. It's freaking cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll definitely be keeping in touch, and definitely bring you back for another episode, man.
Absolutely,
hey,
man.
guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys.
Have a great night. Everyone in the chat, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.
We can get those balloons. There we go.